Tumsifu Yesu Kristo, Father.
Milele amina, Brother Robert.
Father Obed, we are at the provincial house, means at the headquarters of this Franciscan province in Kenya. You are the head of the province, the Minister Provincial. Could you tell us something about the province, because it's a young jurisdiction?
Mm-hmm. We are approaching 2 years since we are inaugurated as a province. The decree that came about the province was in June. That was in Asyżu in Italy. And then we had our first provincial chapter in September, and the inauguration was on 26th of September 2019. So our province has gradually grown from the mission that was begun in 1984 by our first missionaries who came from Poland in Gdańsk province. They were invited by our late bishop, Silas Njiro. And when they came, they settled in Meru Diocese, a parish called Roiri. And from there we grew to become a custody in the year 2004. And after that we have been growing slowly until 2019 when we became a province.
Chapter in 2019, you have been elected as the first Minister Provincial and also first Kenyan head of this mission. How is it to be in charge of the province?
Let me say it's not easy, because being the first provincial, although I have been seeing what the other superiors or leaders have been doing, it was at the level of mission, then custody, and now is a learning experience, learning new things every day, especially with the challenges of COVID-19, because immediately we became a province, and after the election, a few months later, we got this pandemic. And also being the first, say, Kenyan, much is expected. Transiting from the missionaries, they have been here for a long time. Of course, you are one of them. I think there is that idea of what is going to happen. What direction is the province going to take? So the expectations are there. You have to set the standards. But of course, because there is no perfection in leadership, it is a daily struggle.
But what is as you said, the direction of the province? Because all the communities that we already have here, they're somehow settled, they're organized, everything is running, I would say, smoothly. Many friars are there, so all the projects are in operation. So what are the plans for the future?
There was a mandate that was given to us by the chapter to look for new presences, if possible even to go outside the country and begin presences there. But before we do that, we first of all want to concentrate in Kenya, increase the number of communities, of course making sure that they are stable communities without having to depend too much, so that whichever community we begin, it can be able to sustain itself. Okay. And then after that, the formation, to make sure that the formation runs smoothly, because it's one of the challenging areas, and to continue witnessing to the Franciscan presence in our country and in the dioceses around.
Yes, you mentioned the formation. How many friars do you have? Because in Europe we really lack vocations, and it's becoming more and more challenging. How is it here?
I must say God has been really gracious to us, because we haven't gone without vocations, and day by day they are increasing. At least every year we have between 10 and 15 young vocations joining. Of course, not all of them manage to finish, but every year we have had a number of vocations, and they are increasing. Like this year they were invited 18. The other day I received how many? 12. It's a good number. And in novitiate we have 5. So every stage in formation has some people, except 1 year, second year of theology.
Yes, I have also experience of friars going abroad for studies, like to Italy or to Poland. Up to now there are 7 friars who completed or are about to complete the formation in Poland. Some of them might to remain in Poland, helping us also especially in the mission animation project. So
Well, it's a very good idea because we still have 2 who are studying there, already deacons. And we have spoken with the provincial, and they had expressed to him the willingness to remain there. I think it's a very good exchange because they open the minds. It's a different reality. We can have different experiences which can enrich us here, as well as also kind of giving back to the province, because it is because of the province that we are. And therefore, if we can have people who can come and work there, different culture, and assist in the mission office or in the parishes, I think it's a good idea.
yeah, definitely. No, we have already experience, as you mentioned. One of the friars was already for 1 year in our community in Kenia, and he used to work both in the mission office and in the parish. And I see that really he was really liked. And so it means that there is also likeness, openness, to have friars from Kenya there in Poland. So far, the province has 7 communities. Yes. Are you planning to open new ones?
We have started the process of looking for new presences. We already have 1 new proposed parish, which we might be moving there in the next 2-3 weeks. There is no friary, but there is a place that they can stay while we wait to see. Then we have been promised 3 other parishes in Kitui Diocese, in Nakuru Diocese, and Murang'a Diocese. So for Kitui Diocese, the bishop told me by February this year we should be there. They are now building the priest house. Of course, there are small challenges here and there, like water and what have you, but we might move there by February.
Could you tell us briefly also what is the main apostolate of the friars?
At the moment, the main apostolate is parish, because with those communities, only 2 places that we don't have a parish, but other places we have parishes. And then we are also involved in other apostolates like preaching retreats, recollections. We have 2 retreats, one in Meru, the very first one, and then there's another one in Subukia National Shrine, which we call Peace and Reconciliation Center, which is really attracting many people, religious, lay people, and nowadays even the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, they hold their plenums there, they hold their retreats there. So it's something that the retreat apostolate is growing for us.
That is known.
Yeah, then we have a printing press, which you once worked there. It has continued to grow. At the moment we have 3 friars who are working there, and it's really doing well. Then we have a school, a primary school in Roire, Meru, our very first presence. And formation is one of the main apostolates. And recently a dispensary that was run by Felician sisters. After they left, now the friars are running it. The children's home also. There was women's center which was run by the sisters who left. Okay. So we are thinking of reviving that in the near future.
You mentioned Ruiria as the first mission in Kenya, but I think you come from there. Are you not the son of the first mission?
The first mission, which gave birth to the first friar from Meru Diocese, and then after that, coincidentally, the first provincial. So that is my home area where I was born and brought up. And actually, I can even say that's where my vocation came from, because I would see the friars, the first friars, very humble. Father Raymond, you remember, Father Dominic, Father John. And as I saw them when I was growing, okay, initially I didn't have the idea of becoming a priest, but then later, after high school, I thought, I have a call. And then I thought, why not them? Mm-hmm. And that's how I joined them.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Why Franciscans, not, let's say, diocese or any other institute?
In '84, I was around 5 years. So the friars came, and we would see the good things they were doing, their simplicity. And of course, I was attracted by the habit. But then after that, I found myself joining them. And from then, I think even the next life, I can always be a friar. I liked it.
Really, your home place, what about your parents, your family, what they do? Do you have siblings?
Oh yes, I come from a big family. We were born 8 of us. One of my brothers is late. He passed on in 2018. Now we are 7. My parents are still alive. My dad should now be 72. My mom should be 67. They are doing their small farming in the village. Not much, like everybody else or like anybody else. They do
just
this.
To sustain themselves.
Sustenance, subsistence farming.
How did you receive the news that you want to be a Franciscan friar?
Well, to surprise you, my mom was not happy. She was not happy because she thought maybe after school I would go and study or get a job, become a big person and assist the family. I was the favorite of my parents. But then I felt that's what I wanted to do. But my dad said, you go ahead, do what you want to do. My elder sister also wasn't very pleased. But others were okay with it, they were happy. So they waited for me to come back after postulancy, novitiate, philosophy. When I was not coming back, they accepted that I'm going to be a priest, and now we are happy together.
Yes, still as a young provincial of your first term, what is your dream?
My dream is, whether I finish on this term or another term, is to live a united province. Because you know there's a temptation that we could be divided between the old and the young, or those who are learned and those who have not done their postgraduate, or those who come from whatever region. The second dream is to try and see if we can have some financial stability. Because as you know, most of our help has been coming from the province, from your office, and now things are changing. So we are trying to find out what can we do to at least be self-sustenance. That would be my dream, when I can see that we can support formation without having to look outside, which might take time. And then to continue witnessing, because nowadays I hear there are crises in religious life. So if we don't go back to the roots and remain with that ideal of Franciscanism, then I think I will have failed. So my dream is we either maintain what we have, or we go a notch higher in living our Franciscan charism.
Let it be my wish to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your time, and may God bless you, and bless also the whole province, that you will grow in this Franciscan charism, and you'll be the witness to the whole Church of Kenya.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your continued support. We really appreciate it.